Hey, it's Tyler Miller with the Tyler Miller team at eXp Realty. And I'm sure with all the crazy things that have been happening in the headlines recently, banks closing, talks of recession, high interest rates, all sorts of kind of striking headlines, you're probably wondering to yourself, what the heck is actually going on in the housing market? And I'm here today to give you some real data to help you understand exactly what's happening so that you can make an educated decision. All right, so it's no surprise I'm not an economist by any means. However, there is some talks of a recession coming as inflation starts to pull back. And I just want to throw it out there that just because there's a recession does not mean that the housing market is going to collapse or prices are going to decrease. In fact, looking back at recent history, there's only been one time that we've had a recession that the housing market actually decreased in health and value. So if you are planning on waiting for a recession to maybe take some of the prices down in the housing market, I'd say that that's kind of a risky game to play, and I'll give you some information as to why. So reason number one to just not get too caught up in the headlines and really try to understand what's happening is supply and demand. So looking at supply and demand, we have our inventory of homes has actually increased by 44% roughly at the time of this video, which brings us to a whopping 1.3 months of supply of homes for sale, which is not a lot. I was joking by saying whopping. It's very small. That's a strong seller's market. And so on the flip side of that, we're seeing our closed sales, meaning the amount of transactions happening, has actually decreased by 32% compared to this time last year. And so what you can kind of take away from that is there's people that are starting to list their homes for sale. Houses are kind of sitting around a little bit. And even though there's a really high demand for homes, the interest rates along with inflation has kind of put a little pause on the market. And that's just something to understand when making a decision here to buy or sell a home. Point number two, if you're a seller, what can you do with the information from point number one? And that is to just understand that good homes still are selling quickly in multiple offers, okay? But not every house sells right away like it did back in 2020, 2021. So right now, it's imperative to understand that who you work with truly matters. You need to be set up for success from day one. Otherwise, you could sit on the market a little longer than you plan to. But if you think you missed your window, I would argue that there's probably a really nice window of increase in sale price coming up here in the summertime or fall, when all the experts are predicting that inflation is going to come back down, interest rates are going to come back down. And with that super low supply of inventory, you're going to see this mad rush of people looking for good homes to purchase, and you're going to see that appreciation take off. And point number three I want to talk about is to all you buyers out there. So you're listening to everything I'm saying. You're seeing that housing inventory is rising, sales are declining. So that means it's going to be a great buyer's market, right? Well, kind of. And all I'd have to say is that we have clients we're working with right now that are getting great deals on houses and great deals on some terms. We're also working with clients that on the flip side are in multiple offers. And so it truly depends on the house. But I truly feel that your window to buy a home and get a good price before the market takes off again is right now. You really have to understand that if you wait until those rates drop, everyone else is going to do the same thing. And all I've said in the past is you date the rate, you marry the home. If you can get into the home of your dreams at the right price, and then, yeah, you're at a little higher interest rate right now, but as soon as they drop, you can refinance. That's the way to go. That's how you're going to take advantage of this amazing opportunity you have in front of you. So I know it's a lot of information for buying or selling. There's lots of scary headlines, lots of talk of trouble in the economy. And all I can say is it's important that you make sure you rely on local experts like myself to help you make the right decisions and an informed decision. So if you have any thoughts of buying or selling, any real estate goals, maybe investing, please reach out to myself and my team. The Tyler Miller team is always here to help you, and I'll see you on the next video.